It's Friday, August 28th, 2020. I wanted to make a video today, and I just want to recap on a few things. One of them being the Federal Reserve coming out yesterday and pretty much guaranteeing more dollar debasement, 0% interest rates. Eventually we will see negative rates. They are guaranteeing that they will do whatever they have to do to keep the illusion alive, to keep the Ponzi scheme going, to keep the patient on life support breathing. They're going to do whatever they have to do. And this is going to cause the worst economic collapse in human history. This is going to continue to debase the US dollar. They're telling you that they're going to bring in inflation. And so to me, you better be betting against the debt. You better be buying gold and silver and protecting yourself. Now, I'm not here to give you financial advice or to tell you what to do, but I can tell you what I'm doing. I'm buying gold, I'm buying silver, and I'm going to bet against the debt. I'm going to bet against this devaluing US dollar, which is turning into monopoly money. Many people still ask me who I recommend to buy gold and silver from. SD Bullion, I have a link down below, SD Bullion. They've been phenomenal. Look, I'm not here to tell you where to buy it from. I'm not here to promote or sell anything. I'm just telling you who I buy from, who I've had a history with. They've been phenomenal. I don't care if you buy from a jewelry store, a coin store, a pawn shop. You can buy from any one of the retailers online, but I do believe you need to own some, because what is coming is going to be absolutely horrific. And we got more news yesterday reinforcing that things are going to continue to be propped up. The Ponzi scheme and the illusions are going to continue to be propped up at your cost, at your purchasing power, because they are going to print money out of thin air to keep this whole thing going. But you know what? It's not going to help. In fact, it's going to do the opposite. It is going to crush what is left of this economy. It's going to help the top 1% or the top 0.0001% of the very top of the pyramid. That's it. That's who's going to get the money. That's who's getting the bailouts. But it's going to devastate the rest of us. Remember, the 99% are going to pay the price for the very 1%. And you know, when I read articles like this, I'm sure most of you saw the news yesterday. This is on CNBC yesterday. Another million applied for jobless benefits as economic toll rises. We lost another 1.1 million jobs last week. So 22 out of the last 23 weeks, we're averaging over 1 million job losses. And in the last 23 weeks, we've had 58 million people go jobless. So if you think you shouldn't be protecting yourself, if you think you shouldn't be betting against the debt, if you really believe this is a V-shaped recovery, I'm praying for you because you are delirious if you believe that this is a recovery. How about this for a recovery? MGM Resorts lays off 18,000 previously furloughed employees. This is also on CNBC. MGM Resorts will send separation letters to 18,000 furloughed workers. This is 25% of their entire workforce. I mean, give me a break. This is absolutely bananas here. If this was a recovery of any sort, especially a V-shaped recovery, I'm not saying 1,800, I just said 18,000 people previously furloughed are getting separation letters. They are being laid off. This is not a healthy economy, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing historic times in America. Another article today, cashierless stores are popping up at gas stations, stadiums, and even Dunkin' Donuts. So while people are struggling to find work, and they're going to struggle even more as time carries on, they're going to not be just competing against other humans, they're going to be competing against technology. So as we allow so many people into this country to come work, you're going to be competing against people from all over the world. You're going to be competing against technology. It's going to get very, very hard for so many Americans to find work. The hedge today, subprime mortgages fall massively delinquent, leaving taxpayers on hook as housing market splits in two. FHA insures 8 million homes. Check this out. 17% were delinquent in July. This is the highest rate in FHA history. In many metros, the delinquency rates of FHA mortgages are above 20%, and in 2 metros, the delinquency rates exceed 27%. But we're being told the housing market is booming. We have builder optimism, historic, housing purchases, prices going up. It's just this housing euphoria taking place. A lot of these delinquencies entered entered a forbearance agreement with the lender where the lender agreed not to pursue its rights due to non-payment of the mortgage. The borrower isn't making a payment, but the missed interest and principal are added to the balance, which will need to be paid at some point. The lenders don't carry the risk. You and I carry the risk. Everything is okay as long as home prices remain high, but when they start to decline, we have very serious problems. Millions of homeowners cannot make mortgage payments right now. And at some point, they're going to be forced to put these homes on the market. We're going to see the housing market flooded while millions of Americans are jobless. You know, they tell us it's all about supply and demand. When we have millions of homes going up for sale, with millions of Americans out of work, where do you think prices are going to go? There is not going to be a demand. Prices are going to get hammered. You got Fannie Mae Mac, you got the VA, all these groups experiencing surging delinquencies right now. I don't understand the mindset that people need to be running out buying homes right now with all this political uncertainty, social uncertainty, financial uncertainty. It blows my mind that anybody would even think about making a purchase like this. How many people are even certain that they will have a job 6 months from now? So I don't understand where the housing numbers are coming from. I know people keep telling me, well, people are leaving the big cities and heading to the suburbs, or they're going rural. Well, who are these people in the big cities selling their homes to get out of the big city? That is the question. Is it institutional money? Is it hedge funds? Is it investment money? Somebody has to be buying these properties in these areas in order for these people to get out. I want to tie that last story into this article that was on CNBC today. Homeowners in foreclosure will also face tax implications. You may have to pay tax on that house that you short sailed, or the house that you defaulted on. So when the bank takes that house or you short sale that property, so if you have a $500,000 house, you sell it for $300,000, there's $200,000 difference, you will be taxed on that $200,000. And so that's gonna, if that happens, it's gonna be more pressure on people, more pressure on the housing market. And we see what's happening also with banks. Banks are getting very strict. They are worried that people are not going to make their credit card payments. So credit card companies are slashing people's credit limits right now without telling them. Capital One cuts credit card borrowing limits as U.S. reduces support for unemployed Americans. That's on the Hedge today. So, I mean, just think about where we're at right now. The banks know that if Americans aren't getting a government check, whether that's, you know, an unemployment check, a stimulus check, a bonus check, that they know they're not getting paid back because there are just not enough people out there working. There's not enough jobs out there. So if the government isn't going to support people, the banks are going to get strict. So that's another real scary telltale sign of where we're at. Capital One has reported losses of more than $1 billion for the second consecutive quarter. 80% of its revenue comes from net interest income, of which 60% comes from the card business. Capital One is extremely exposed to the U.S. middle class, and that middle class in America is being absolutely obliterated. With no buyer in sight, Lord & Taylor liquidates all stores, also on the Hedge today. I mean, this is so sad. What an iconic store, founded in 1826, nearly 200 years of history, and they are liquidating all stores. America is changing, and not for the better. I'm not here to criticize the president by any means. I think he's done some really great things, but you know, I cringe when he takes credit for the stock market or the economy or this V-shaped recovery that we hear about. You know, nobody is talking about what is really happening here. Here's another one on the Hedge. Grocers and producers profit from and love food stamps. In April of 2020, U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Sonny Perdue announced emergency benefit increases have reached $2 billion per month for SNAP households. What kind of economy is this? $2 billion a month in SNAP. Economic distress is exploding throughout America. Half of these benefits, interestingly enough in this article, half of these benefits are spent at Walmart. So I'm sure that China must love this, right? That we've got all these poor Americans taking government money, spending it at Walmart, so Walmart can get, or so China can get richer and wealthier. FinanceYahoo.com, consumer spending rebound cools, hinting at more risk ahead. Well, no doubt. We're not seeing too many states right now getting these government bonuses, this $300 bonus. People are suffering. People are beyond scared with how they're going to make their rent, their car payments, feed their kids. My heart goes out to so many people who are not sleeping at night, who are so worried about their families. And, if you're eating 3 meals a day and have a roof over your head, if you have a job or you're financially able to pay your bills, gosh, you need to really be on your hands and knees and thanking God, because you are so blessed. So many Americans, millions of Americans, with so much stress and anxiety, not knowing what they're going to do tomorrow to feed their families. A quarter of all personal income in the U.S. comes from the government. Again, I have to ask, how is America going to remain a world superpower if it's the government supporting the entire country? So I'm going to wrap it up right here today, but I want to share one last article with all of you. This was on CNBC yesterday. It's titled, New Zealand Stock Exchange Down for 4th Day in a Row After Cyber Attacks. I saw no news of this yesterday or today. I just read this last night on CNBC's website, but watching the business shows, I didn't see this discussed anywhere. But I bring it up because I'm a old school type of person. I believe that if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And when I see more and more cyber attacks happening to U.S. agencies and institutions, happening to our financial sector, our big banks, all being attacked and hacked with all this cyber technology, it concerns me. How safe are your investments? How safe is your money? How safe is the system? And again, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. I'm a big believer that the more you are detached and out of the system, the better chance you have to survive when the system goes down. The system's going down. This whole thing is going to implode. The economy's imploding. The stock market will implode. Everything's going to implode. And people that have entrusted the system are going to lose badly here. And I'm not giving anybody advice. I'm sharing with you my beliefs. Feel free to comment down below. Give me your thoughts, your beliefs. Should we be 100% invested in the system? Look, you may be in the system. I hope that you're not 100% in the system. But, I've been to a couple banks in the last month, and one bank was closed. The other bank, appointment only, must call and make an appointment. They only take one person at a time. Many of you have written in telling me that your ATMs were shut down, your banks are shut down, drive-through only. So it's almost like we're being conditioned right now to get ready for bank runs. And so if you're 100% in the system, you're going to be in very, very big trouble. And I'm not telling anybody to pull every cent of their money out of the bank. Not telling you that. Me personally, I keep just enough in there to pay the bills, but I have my money in locations that I can access in a time of emergency. To me, if we have a implosion here of this economy or the stock market, there's a big possibility that we're going to see banks close, that we're going to see ATMs close down. People are not going to be able to access their money. Same thing in the stock market. People are going to have a hard time getting their money out. And so, I think that I'm not telling everybody to get out of the stock market. I'm not telling you to get out of the bank, but I think you need to be diversified. All your money shouldn't be in the stock market. All your money shouldn't be sitting in a bank. All your money shouldn't be sitting in gold. You need to have it diversified, well-rounded in other assets. Gold, silver, you need food, you need water, you need security. If you can afford a farm or cattle great. If you can afford to put pharmaceuticals away, if you can afford a second home somewhere in a rural area, that's great. I mean, think about other options here, but I think keeping all your eggs in one basket, especially in the system, is extremely, extremely dangerous. Anybody keeping their whole entire life savings in a bank account, extremely dangerous. Somebody with all of their money gambling in the stock market, extremely dangerous. So just my thoughts. Feel free to please comment down below. How are you preparing for this economic collapse? Do you have all your money in the bank? Are you 100% gambling in the stock market? Are you 100% in gold? Me personally, I'm well-rounded. I'm in a little bit of everything. I'm not in the stock market, but I will tell you right now, there are some mining stocks that I do like, but it is risky and it is gambling. But I would never put all of my money in it. But me personally, if you have a few dollars that you are able to lose, maybe looking at some mining stocks, because I think there's going to be huge payoffs there. But I would love to know, and please comment down below, how are you preparing for this collapse? Where are you putting your money? Where are your assets? Are they all in metals, cash, land, security, stock market? Where are you looking at right now to park money in the midst of this depression right now? I would love to know. Please comment down below. I'm going to leave it right there. I hope everybody has a really good weekend. Take a little bit of time, get out, get some sun, get some vitamin D, enjoy nature a little bit, spend some time with family and friends. There is just so much going on. It can be overwhelming. Suicide is up, drug use is up, alcohol use is up, divorce is up. I mean, there's so much stress happening in people's lives. We have to do whatever we can to take a break from what is happening, and getting out and going for a walk or a run or a bike ride, just enjoying nature for the weekend. Just take a break, get some fresh air, de-escalate a little bit. There's so much going on. So make sure that you're putting a little bit of balance in your life. That's so important. You can prepare, but you can put some balance in your life at the same time, because I believe preparation involves balance. If you're preparing for what's coming, you need to be adding balance in your life, and that means just taking some time out of your day, spending a weekend with nature, looking at God's creation, getting some fresh air, getting a workout in, just spending it with positive people, friends, family, like-minded people. And at the same token, you can be preparing too. So get out there, take a break from all this stuff going on, but also take some time and prepare. God bless every one of you.